Hello, another disused railway video today. So they're coming thick and fast at the moment, got plenty on, lots to get through. So today I'm started in Clowne in northeast Derbyshire. It's a place I know well, done a couple of videos there recently, and today I'm going to have a walk and explore down the Lancashire, Derbyshire and East Coast Railway. Now I'm going to go as far as Creswell today. So here's a view of Rail Map Online, just have a look at the route that we're taking today. So we're starting in Clowne, I've just labelled that there, and we're finishing in Creswell. So that other line that you can see there, the yellow line, that's the Midland line that runs parallel with the LD&ECR. So the LD&ECR station in Clowne was one of two stations that sat side by side, one on the LD&ECR, one on the Midland. So the station building was on top of the railway lines, and it opened in 1897 simply as Clowne. Now the station and the line itself ceased regular passenger trains in 1939. However, there were some summer excursions that continued up to 1964. Although there was no regular passenger services, the name of the station changed in 1951 from Clowne to Clowne South, just to differentiate itself from the Midland Railway station next door. So here's the old station building that sits on top of the station. It's now a beauty salon. And if we have a look down the side, we can see the old where the old track bed and platforms, and you can see the ramp there on the other side of the station. And here's the view from the track bed looking towards the station and looking under the bridge. The line closed fully in 1967. So by the side of the westbound platform we did have quite a substantial goods shed, although there's no evidence of that these days, and as you can see it's quite well grown over. Of course, we've been here before. This is the Clowne Midland station, the second station in Clowne, but it's not what we're looking at today. I did another video of the railways around Clowne. It's a couple of interesting things to see, so go and have a look at that video and have a closer look around this station. And here's what was the track bed, just coming straight out of that Clowne station. So it's a bit far away to see from here, but I can see lots of bricks, lots of brickwork down there, some reinforced concrete posts as well. So yeah, we're following the path of the line from Clowne to Creswell, the next town along, little town along. It wasn't the only railway that made that connection between the two towns. This line runs parallel to the Midland Railway, which made that same journey from Clowne to Creswell. So just another example of the duplication that was seen back then when the railways were initially built. So this is the old track bed now, a nice tarmacked walkway. But anyway, like I say, we're heading southeast on this line today. Now the other side of Clowne station, not a lot to see, to be honest. It's all been infilled, but again I do cover that on that other video where I looked at Clowne. I did try and trace the route back, but it has been developed on, so I'm not going to do a video especially for that. So I'm on the Midland side now, but I've just come to have a look at this information board because I know it does nod to the LD&ECR. There we go, that's the station we've just been stood at. There's that, the bridge that was filled in underneath. Just come down off the side of the track up on that big embankment there. Nice retaining wall by the side of the stream, but there is a culvert down here just to look at. We have got some concrete things there just sticking out. So we've got the Midland on that side of that culvert and the line we're walking on today. Just having a look at this, just going under here. Let's get around this fence post. Anyway, let's get back onto the line. Clearing here. So, according to the old maps, this is where we'd have a few sidings. A bit of evidence of something there, embedded into the floor. Just have a look round, see what we can see. I like to just keep my eye out as I'm going past the sides of the lines and things, and it's amazing what you can just be led to. Lots of bits of masonry and old posts and things just embedded into the ground, like they've been just cast aside and left for nature to take hold. Yeah, so like I was saying, all this side of me here, full of sidings, and there was even a crossover line over to the Midland. Now the Midland is just literally the other side of those trees. I can hear people talking as they're walking down that line. Obviously that's the Clowne Greenway. A bit more of a popular cycling route than this one. Anyway, let's crack on. See what I mean about loads of these posts? The holes in there, far too old to be modern, to be put there for this this footpath. They've got to be something to do with the old line. See, there's one there as well. So it's a bit of a breezy day today. I hope that's not too much wind being picked up on the camera, the microphone. So we're just coming up to our first obstacle that the line would have encountered. I don't know the name of this road, but we're about to go over the road, and we're on a really high embankment here, so it's going to be quite a distance above the road. But as you can see, we're going down steps now down to the road level. But the bridge, I'm just having a look, see if there's any masonry or anything in the shrubs. It's quite thick undergrowth in there, but I can't see anything. But yeah, the bridge would have been going straight across there, so we'll cross the road and we'll pick it up at the other side. Yeah, it's quite a climb up, back up to the top of the embankment there. So this is Hollin Hill Lane. So yeah, there's no evidence of a bridge. All right, we're back on the track bed. Bit more overgrown than the previous section, the other side of that road. You can still make out the line of the old railway. Just been chatting to a nice gentleman back in Clowne there just before I set off. Just saw me taking some photographs. I think he was getting me confused with Ant from Trekking and Towpaths. So commiserations, Ant, if you are watching. So the LD&ECR, our old friend. So if you've seen any of my previous videos, you'll know we covered some previous sections. It's quite a railway that fascinates me, actually, the LD&ECR, because I used to live on the side of it up in Beighton, less than 10-minute walk from where the line started, where it joined the Midland Old Road. And now I've moved house, I've just kind of moved 6-7 miles further up the line, so I've been really excited to carry on that journey. So I did it I followed the line before as far as Spinkhill Tunnel, and then obviously I caught up with a couple other sections going into Clowne on that last video. But we are on the approach now to probably the biggest feature on the line, the Markland Grips Viaduct. So we're going to have a look at what little is left of that standing today. So the impressive Markland's Grip Viaduct is no longer there, but we can see on this old map whereabouts it was. So we're just going to go and have a look now on what is there today. So I can see the track bed going off in that direction, and we're heading very, very steeply and quickly downhill. So I'm standing roughly where the viaduct would have left the banking. The post. Just having a scout round now, a random wander around, see what we can find. But we'll head down to the bottom because I think we get a better scale of the size of what was here from the bottom. So on the way down, we passed these huge masonry bits. Now when I saw them yesterday, I thought, all right, it's the top of a bridge, just a little bridge going over the river. And some over here as well, look. These are absolutely huge. And there's so much masonry and stonework just thrown down this hillside. Look at all that. I missed all this yesterday. Let's see if we can get a bit deeper in. There's a long bit there as well. It's covered in moss. So yeah, I saw these on the way down yesterday. I was on my run, I just kind of ran past, took a quick snap and went on my way. Thought nothing of it, just a bridge. So it's only when I got to the bottom, took a few photos, put them on Facebook later that day. A bit more brick there as well. That Benjamin, thanks to Benjamin on Facebook, he pointed me in the direction of what was actually here. So we had a 6-arch viaduct called Markland Grips Viaduct that went over the crags at the bottom. Now we're gonna see something a bit interesting in a moment. We're nowhere near the bottom yet. We're still descending down this steep rocky path. Again, just passing masonry on the way down. Yeah, and I came across this huge concrete structure that I incorrectly assumed was the bridge that the railway went over. Just have a quick walk through it. Yeah, so there it is from the other side. I mean, that in itself is quite impressive. Just come across that in the woods, the middle of nowhere. Anyway, I incorrectly assumed that was the bridge that the railway went over. It's not. This was actually, so the viaduct itself, like I say, 6 arches, suffered quite badly from subsidence because of the mining in the area. So what the plan is, they built this tunnel underneath one of the archways, and the plan was they were going to infill the valley and just basically dismantle the viaduct. Now I don't think they actually got as far as that. I can see nothing online to suggest that this actually did end up being an embankment, but their plan was just to keep that little bit of access, demolish the viaduct and fill it in. Just fill it in with spoil or whatever they could find. So that viaduct towering above this bridge must have been absolutely huge. Now I have been told that somebody bought the viaduct, dismantled it and took it elsewhere. But there's so much masonry, there's so much left lying around in this wood. I mean, you just can't, you're just falling over massive, huge rocks everywhere you go. There's another bit. Overgrown moss and ivy. And the stream's absolutely littered as well with stones, just rubble. But just before I go and try and find where the trap bed is again, I'm just going to have a scout around because I'm still finding all sorts of stuff. Look at those. I don't know anything about construction or civil engineering, but the things that sit on top of the viaduct that we can see, are they called coping stones? Let's get down, let's see if we can just get down onto this stream and get a better view, because I did find a photo that was taken down there, so it'd be good just to get a comparison with the old photo. Look at the size of that stone. Looks like that's come away from that rock face up there. Really beautiful little setting this. Again, the debris from the bridge. Little stream going underneath there as well. Let's just have a walk over here. I mean, it's hard to see that newer structure for the trees from here, but we can just get a comparison with that old photograph. Look at the size of these crags. So this is what the viaduct was crossing. Straight across here, straight across where we're looking there. And again, more stonework all the way up the side here. What a fantastic setting. So I'm stood, I think, right underneath where the viaduct would have gone over now, straight above our heads. And I know I said on the way down, well, that was some drop, and I've got to try and find my way back up onto the other side. So I see from the photographs that there was a wall that curved around just on the exit to that bridge. So that could account for some of the stones, some of the smaller stones down there, but some of these bigger stones are definitely, I'm guessing, from the top, like, kind of beveled and decorated. I'm guessing they're from the top of the viaduct. And I'm heading back up now, up a path, hoping this is the way up to the other side of the viaduct. That was quite a scramble up there, hands and knee stuff. I've completely lost my bearings now. Got a fence at the top. I hope I don't have to go back down. So I'm assuming that's the track bed going off in that direction, the other side of that fence. So I need to try and find a way around that. So the line carries on going down there. So this is a bit strange. There is a path through there and there's no fencing up, so I'm going to give it a go. What I can see coming into view are the houses at the top end of Creswell. So it's a bit windy, I hope you can hear me okay. So 2 stations in Creswell, one's still open today and it's just called Creswell. Well, that one used to be called Creswell and Elmton. That's on the Midland line. So one is now the Robin Hood line. That's where I'm going to be getting my train back to Whitwell in a short while. But we also had a station up on this line as well, the LD&ECR. I think that opened as simply as Creswell. But it did carry the name Creswell and Welbeck. Passenger service has ceased on this line in 1939, so there's nothing left of that station, but there is still standing the old station master's house. Well, that's not too far in front now. I'm intrigued to see what happens as we come into Creswell, because I came past the old station on the bus on the way up to Clowne, and from what I can see, the old line was elevated above the road, above Elmton Road, on a banking, and then went over the street on a bridge. But it's completely, there's no banking there now, it's completely level. with the road, and it's been outside houses built on it now. So I'm assuming this banking's going to start descending that we're walking on at the moment. Yes, as I predicted, we're going down now, so the line would have gone straight off there, but we're being taken off through the housing estate now. So I think the line up to the road's been developed on. So here's an old map of the Creswell station. So if we have a look on Google Maps, we can see in the present day just how much the old line's been developed on. So this is where the railway went across, on a banking and a bridge. You'd never know, would you? Well, there's an old station master's house. It's got a clock still hanging up there, I can see. So that's where the railway came from. So I'm back down now at the bottom station, the Creswell station on the Robin Hood line, get the train back to Whitwell. And I've just got here and the train's not actually running, so looks like I've got a 3-mile walk back to Whitwell from here, but never mind. Just taking refuge in the shelter away from the wind. It's starting to rain as well. So yeah, interesting walk today. To be honest, I could probably just filmed a bit at the Clowne end and then gone to see the Markland Grips Viaduct, and that had probably done me. Not a lot to see elsewhere on the route, but never mind. So thanks again for watching. I'll do the next section up to Langwith Junction to Shirebrook in the next few months, so keep an eye out for that. So as always, take care and I'll see you soon.